All right, all right, all right. Look like we're live today. Oh, hold on. I forgot to set something up. See how this is going to work. I got everything charging. So, what's up, everybody? This is the Nabi back again. All right. Think I'm about to go on. Booyah, there it is. I'm on. So, what's up, everybody? Um, trying my new apparatus. All right, y'all. That ain't a system, but I'm testing out. Let me see. You all are able to. One, two. Up, everybody. Can y'all hear me? Um, Rice Crispy. What's up, Nessman? All right, let me greet everybody real quick. Hovorn hadugu da olo oite de bem. Wasas los bonjour mes amis. Kera bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonane. Jumbo herbai gani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right, so hopefully y'all can hear me okay. And so I'm testing out a new system here. I'm gonna try it out in Brazil. If it works well. And, it's the little cordless lapel mics. Um, and so I think it's working kind of well for me. So we're going to cover a lot here, right? Wait to see if the other brothers get the message. See what's up. And so, and I hope I wasn't off with my timing too. So I'm hoping a lot of brothers um, will check their messaging. All right. And so I'll take it from there. Um, yeah, I'll take it from there. So, dang, I forgot to make a phone call. Dang, I really forgot to make a phone call. But anyway, so with that said, all right, let's get rolling. I've been dealing a lot on TikTok um, in regular conversations and stuff like that, and even in my travels, right? And and I am looking around and I am seeing that there's an issue Um, there's a serious spiritual issue with the B Dub. What there is a serious issue with the B Dub. And I believe this issue stems from it's a spiritual one. Y'all have to understand this. This is a spiritual issue. All right. This is a spiritual issue. This is something, this is the type of issue that and this is what I mean by it's a spiritual issue. Because it's a spiritual issue, until we get rid of the or confront the wicked forces that are using and manipulating the B dubs. All right. And this is what I mean by this. Hey, what's up, King Groove? This is what I mean by this. Manipulating and using the B dub, the forces, right? What's going on is a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of money to be made off of the wickedness of the B dubs. You look at it from the abortion clinics to all these dudes that have all these panels and stuff like that. I mean, when you really think about it, YouTube used to be a place for organic people, such as myself, such as others, where dudes didn't have a bunch of panels with a bunch of females and understand what they do. These panels are becoming rich because Fresh and Fit discovered a format. Okay. And the format is that if you go and get Instagram models that got a lot of people and you bring them and have them up in your discussion, all right, then you'll be a hit with them and the brothers. And I use the term brothers lightly. This is why. The Instagram models, y'all let me know that if my sound go out, okay? The Instagram models are there to look good, so they get the attention of these dudes challenging the thought patterns of the Instagram models. That's easy. All right. We have no real people with real conversation anymore about remedies to what we have to do for the community that is being promoted by Black people. We have them, but they're not being promoted by Black people. I do not expect TikTok to promote me. I do not expect YouTube to promote me. Right? I would think that brothers would. I would think that righteous sisters would, but they will not. Right? Part of the thing is I know what I would need to do to become more or less a celebrity. And I refuse to do that. I know what I need to do to become popular. And I refuse to do that. Because y'all know I've always been about telling the truth, right? And the truth is that the children that are born, that are coming through the modern day B-Dub don't have a bright future. Even if they get them through school. And we're going to talk about this too, right? Because on this, and this is going to be a separate subject. If the internet holds up here, I'll probably cover it tomorrow. All right. But I'm going to do part of it today. and that is the Travis Hunter situation, right? Um, a lot that is going on in this when we are looking at what is the real call, who has been, who has really been the greatest danger to the BC. All right, outside of, oh, white man did it. Outside of that, all right, we understand the policies, but they write policies. They're making the rules. We don't have to follow their rules that they made. The policies that even when they're targeted specifically at our community. If we were righteous people, if the women were righteous, they would reject the things they know to be unrighteous scripturally. Think about this. Think about this. There are, y'all know I do read the New Testament, but I read it with the understanding of what it really is, which is why I don't call it scripture. But when I do read it, it has some good advice in there, like know the tree by the fruit it bears. Look at the fruits of the Christian Black church. Look at how that organization capitulates to anything the status quo wants to do, while trying to shame the Afro brothers that see the church for what it is, a prostitution ring whereby Pastor Pochop is poking all up in all those tight dresses that come through the church. All right. And so you have this. Hey, what's up, Afro Troop? You have this that is going on here. Oh yeah, and I'm real quick, let me copy this and I'm gonna pin it to the top. Okay. I ain't ready yet. I'm gonna go through the slides, y'all, then I'll be ready. Right. So let me pin this. And whoever gave me that idea to pin it, y'all got it. I'm getting back into the swing of I'm getting back into the swing of this thing, right? And so I might be going live again tomorrow. Um, I've been getting myself in shape and stuff like that, and things, right? So as I'm addressing this thing, as I'm addressing this thing, right? One of the things that I want y'all to understand, one of the things I want you to understand is this, that when we talk about this, the brothers that are talking about this, that are trying to wake up other brothers, are being shut down because it's becoming effective, right? Here's another more effective thing coming up. You got a lot more brothers getting passports and leaving because they see the toxicity that exists in the B-Dub. All right. You got a lot more of the brothers deciding for themselves that, you know what, it's time to leave. But you have another more important thing. A lot of brothers are connecting, like I'm connecting with brothers here in Colombia that are living in the DR. So let me let y'all get that through your skulls. I am connecting with brothers. Hold on, let me say this. Boa noite. Hold on. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'm live now, and if you would like to join the conversation, uh, just click the link. Okay. So, I had to say hi to Mimi's mom in Brazil. That woman contacts me every day. I think she's concerned, right? And so, here's the thing, right? So I am here, and I took the bus, went to Cartagena. I was going to go to someone's graduation yesterday, their son, right? So I went, and y'all know I chill out with the sisters that are in by the clock tower, right? And as I'm chilling with them, I'm watching everything go by, and I can see the type of brothers that's traveling around there, that's staying up in there, and they're in groups and stuff like that, right? But there's a thing going on right now with the regular brothers, with the real brothers, right? And the real brothers are not tolerating mess anymore. And the when the brother said, "Never trust a big butt and a smile," we're not trusting big butts anymore. All right, we're saying you could go somewhere, right? Now, one of the other issues, I wonder if this is it, is that the B dub, and remember, this is why I say it's a spiritual thing. This is this woman. All right, that's a woman on TikTok. I want y'all to understand that. That's a woman on TikTok. All right. But not to be outdone by her, you got these people right here. Read the sign, read what she's saying. When you get all right, this is what these women are posting on TikTok. This is what they're posting on TikTok. All right. They Such is the wickedness that they are thinking there is joy in taking the life of a baby in their belly. I hope y'all saw that, right? They get joy in that. They get joy in that. They're dancing around, taking lives, and so when we're talking about this narrative, who is responsible for the detriment of the BC, the black community? It's never been the brothers, and we could see that in what they're doing now. So, how many of y'all have been paying attention to the Heisman race. And I'm going to talk about us. We got people that do nothing but sell out the community. We have people that do nothing but sell out the community. And they're not even doing it for a lot of money. They're doing it for clicks. They're doing it for views. They're doing it for followers. I want y'all to understand what's going on here. We are in a place where you got idolaters who want to be the idol that other people follow. So basically what you got going on is a bunch of idols following people who want to be the idol that's being followed. If I could break it down like that. All right. And so this is a real concern, right? And for y'all to I'm gonna get to this in a minute. I'm gonna go to Exodus real quick, but I'm gonna get to this in a minute. Because a lot of people are not really contemplating. They're not really getting an understanding how far and how bad the Black community is falling, and nothing is going to stop it. Nothing is going to stop it because even with these women dancing at destroying an infant in their womb, they're dancing, they're having a ball. And even with this, you still got a lot of weak-minded dudes who are too afraid to call it out. And the primary reason they're afraid to call it out is they will lose views from apps where they're not even the ones getting paid. I want y'all to understand this. What's happening is you have an app that people worship so much that out of fear of losing views, they will refuse to tell the truth. They will refuse to tell the truth. So here's some other stuff that's going on. And y'all just look at where this stuff is. So here's some other stuff going on. All right. The B-dub has lost all respectability. And this is all they have to show for themselves. We'll get back to that in a minute. Right? We'll get back to that in a minute. But we have this right here. We have this right here. Basically, no other man in the house. This dude grew up kind of rough, and his father wasn't really that much. He wasn't no slouch. But I want y'all to understand something that's going on, right? When we pay everybody, all these people, I want y'all to understand this. Hey, King Groove, I'll bring you up in a minute. I'm going to get through this real quick. Well, I might even bring you up before I go back to my other points in a minute, because I want to discuss this for a minute, but I want y'all to watch something real quick before we have this discussion. We have this discussion. because we are watching a dude be destroyed by women because he's been primarily raised by his mom. His dad tried to be in the picture. His dad tried to go to games and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to looking out for somebody in our culture, we do not respect fathers. We deify the mothers over the father. He bought his mom a 5-bedroom house and stuff like that. And kudos to that. But we don't know what hell. We know that his dad has gone through hell. Okay, we know his dad has gone through hell. So before I bring y'all up, we're going to have this discussion right here, along with what y'all have seen already. Them women dancing, right? But I found this very peculiar. Hold on. Hold on for a second. I found this very peculiar. Oh, okay, desktop. Other desktop. Hmm. Oh, okay. Let's see how I got it in here. ESPN. Pay attention to this, y'all. Okay, it's loading up.
Leaders, I think it's grandma you get to speak from. Just saying.
It might be my dad.
It might be your dad. All right, Chris.
Let's listen to that again. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Notice what the ESPN lady said.
And grandma in the 200 meters. I think it's grandma you get to speak from. Just saying.
It might be my dad.
It might be your dad. All right, Chris.
You notice how she tried to give the credit to his grandma? I think it's your grandma that you get your speed from. Did you notice that? I think it's your grandma that you get your speed from. And he had to tell her, no, that might be my dad. Y'all see the game that's going on now? Y'all see what it is? No matter what men do, all right, no matter what the men do, hold on for a second. Hold on. I'll bring y'all up in a minute. No matter what the brother does, right? He ain't getting no love. All right. No matter what the brother does, he's not getting any love. All right. And it just is. All right. It just is what it is. He gets no love. Oops. Let me get this out of here. Remove. All right. Let me bring you up. So what's going on, people?
Yo, yo, what's happening, brother?
Hey, not much, not much, not much. Well, a lot, but nothing at the same time. So, hey, did y'all peep that? Did you peep what the reporter said?
What's good?
All right, so okay, let's get some background on this. So, Travis Hunter's Travis Hunter's father was a track star. Um, his father was a track star. His father was a football star. He watched his father play football, and that's what got him into football. So understand this: he is where he is because of his father.
Right. First of all, how you doing, man? Yeah,
Right?
I hate just coming up and not introducing myself. I'm actually pretty privy to this Travis Hunter situation. I've actually followed his career for many, many years since he was in the eighth grade. I'm King Gru's relative. I'm a relative of his from Louisiana, from Baton Rouge, and I'm pretty privy to Travis Hunter. Um, First and foremost, he is one of a kind. He is the highest ranked
Right?
non-quarterback prospect of all time, according to 247 Sports. He was the first ever 15-year-old to be a five-star. Um, his story is one that's a cautionary tale of the importance of fatherhood and why a lot of black athletes such as him are being pimped by feminism and being pimped by the matriarchy.
There. Hold on, brother. Repeat that.
He's a cautionary tale
You
of
don't have to
how
say that again.
he's a cautionary tale of how young men like him that are star athletes are being pimped by the matriarchy and being pimped by feminism. You know, like he is in all case and point, he is one of the most talented athletes in the history of the game of football at this stage, and that can't even be argued. Since he was 15 years old, because he transferred from West Palm Beach, Florida, to a little suburb around the Atlanta area called Sewanee, and he played football out there. And he was dominant in one of the most competitive high school football leagues in America. And just watching him play, it'll remind you of Charles Woodson, remind you of Deion Sanders, Patrick Peterson, guys like that, but just something entirely different. But enough bravado in regards to his accomplishments. I think what needs to be done, we need to drill down to the fact of what's really going on. The fact of the matter is, Travis Hunter grew up around nothing but women. His mama, his grandma, all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And what needs to be understood is all Travis Hunter's had around him besides women is people that have kind of used him, whether that's trainers who claim they taught him everything they know, or people who all they want him for is his football talent. Because understand this well. There's a lot of money behind Travis Hunter. There's a lot of money behind this young man. There's a lot of money behind making sure that he stays relevant, that he is the apex of American athletics. There's a lot of people that are stakeholders in his future. And what goes on is they didn't teach him game. They didn't teach him how to spot people using him. All they told him was put on some pads, run your drills, basically be a disposable soldier. Be a disposable soldier in this horrible thing that we call the matriarchy. Because how many people have we heard say, hey, it's no big deal, shit, man, at least he got a girl, man. They got so many niggas out here can't even get a female, you feel me? Let me tell you something, man.
Right.
Go ahead, partner.
Well, here's the thing. Coach Prime haven't gone through it. Right. Coach Prime haven't gone through it. Been warning it, and this is what I like about like people. Deion Sanders is kind of simpish, but he kind of has some wisdom behind him. At the end of the day, where that even in his simping, he doesn't trust. He knows not to trust women. This is why, and you heard him say it. He was serious. He says he got the prenups for each one of his players that come in there. He has prenups. That's one of the things he talked about. And remember, he had Brittany Griner in there telling them how at JSU, warning them that this is how these women are going to come at you. Right.
Right.
And so he had that going on. And when we talk about him, I did a video on TikTok. It kind of was blowing up, not just for me, but for a lot of people. And Coach Prime was walking with his sons, and his sons was trying to trick him into meeting in the middle of the field so that they could be there with their dad and their mom. And soon as Dion saw, Coach Prime saw that woman come,
Pilar.
Pilar, yeah, he hit that sidestep. Now, I know about that, having lived in Dallas.
So Pilar is a master manipulator, and what's going on is even though Dion,
let me address that. Let me address that because, and then we'll get back to you and Travis. So I was in Fort Worth. I had a kung fu school in Fort Worth. I was in Dallas, and because we are in Texas, we followed what was going on with Pilar, and I made a video about that because she was a supermodel, right? And so basically, what happened is she was manipulating the children to despise their father. She was literally doing that. And even though they had visitation and stuff like that, this woman was weaponizing the children against Coach Prime. Now, think about this. Had Coach Prime not forcibly took those children from her, had her arrested, had her in jail, right, and got full custody, you wouldn't hear about his sons or nothing. Coach Prime still would have probably been a coach because he's been coaching. All right. But imagine what would have happened had the mother ended up with the sons and the daughter. Right. Imagine it. His son still might have made quarterback, but he wouldn't have the mental fortitude to play that position as well as he do. He takes hits and get up and stuff like that. And so basically, this woman was manipulating the children. All right, she was doing all kind of strange things to the children. This dude, Coach Prime, the reason why he's so simpish and all about Jeebus is he tried to drive his car off of something, and he wasn't successful. He tried, but wasn't successful. Tried to drive his car off a thing. So a lot of things this man was going through, this woman put him through, right? And I told y'all about my stepfather. My stepfather jumped into Monongahela River, right? By when we call Three River Stadium. And I never really understood why he would take his life by like that. But then while I was in the orphanage going back and forth with my mom to court about his children, right? I start to understand the manipulation that was going on, not then, only as I became an adult and got into a relationship, which brings us back to Travis Hunter and that girlfriend he got, right? So go on. And so take us back to what the history is here.
That young girl was in college when Travis was in high school. That young girl was going to Jackson State. You know, I'm not even sure she's from Mississippi or not, but she was a freshman when he was a sophomore. So she's about 2 years older than him. So this is a young girl who's already been in college for a substantial amount of time before Travis, who, again, understand this well. Star athletes don't live the same life most people do. 5-star athletes like Travis live a totally different life than most other people do. People make sure Travis Hunter is kept, but they don't teach him any game because they're using him. This young girl, for whatever it's
Right.
worth, I'm not gonna call her no seductress or nothing like that. I'm not even gonna call that. But the thing is, she is more experienced than him. Experience goes a long way. Experience is everything. So this young girl, because for one, remember, young men like Travis, their social life is football, and I know that's kind of hard to understand, especially if you're not from a state like I am, or like me and Groove are both from down. We from the deep south, or you from Florida. You know, football
Or
ain't just a
Texas.
sport. Or Texas, you know what I mean? Like you have to understand, football is an economic opportunity for a lot of African Americans and a lot of minorities. So you have to understand, being a 5-star athlete is incredibly lucrative, especially for young men from broken households. But Travis was never
Mm-hmm.
taught game. Travis was just taught how to be an athlete, a generational one at that. But here's with this: Travis has attachment syndrome, most likely from the fact that he was always taught to latch on, and he was never taught that women are a dime a dozen, especially when you're successful. And another thing too, guys like Travis are taught to put others before himself, which is an admirable thing. It's important to have some empathy and be altruistic at times. But people like Travis, he don't know when people are using him. Let me tell you something. This photo was when Travis was a junior in high school. He committed to Florida State. It was his mama and his grandma that convinced him to go to Florida State because that was their favorite team or whatever. He didn't even want to go there. He wanted to go to Georgia, which wasn't probably, but like I said, he's the kind of young man, people influence everything that he does because they're using him. And again, and we can get into it further, but this young girl, she represents the type of person, because as we all, like King Groovy tell me all the time, your woman represents who you are. And this young girl's got a bad.
Right.
She's a bit of this young girl's a look. Let me just keep it. Let's keep it 100 years. This girl's a dork. She's a she'd be the kind of female, if you would do who's experienced women, she'd be your rotation. Like, I'm not even trying to talk down on the young girl. All I'm saying is she's the kind of young girl, once you become more experienced with women, either she's just gonna be a rotational type chick, or she's gonna be a chick that you probably avoid because she got more attitude than what she's actually worth. And I don't even mean to sound bad, but when you put yourself out there like that, you become subject to other people's opinion. And hey, like I mentioned before, if Travis was like, there's probably dudes on his team on Colorado right now who got more game than he do because they probably had a daddy in their life, or they're just more experienced with women than he are. Because most athletes aren't even like him. He's one of one. Most athletes, you know what I mean? They don't have the stakeholder share that he has. Most athletes are treated like just regular people, but he's a different. We might be talking about the next Michael Jordan when we talk about Travis Hunter. That's how good of an athlete he is. But I'll pass the mic off to other people because we're about to go in deep.
Right. Here's the thing. And let me address something that you said. Hey, what's up, G1? Let me address something that you said. Right. And it's going to be a lesson that he's going to have to learn. But fortunately for him, Coach Prime has already been through what this woman is about to put him through. And everybody sees she's going to put him through something because she does not know how to handle who he is with a level of dignity. Hey, what's up, Crypto Dynasty? What's up, Rowdy? All right. She don't know how to handle him with dignity. She don't know how to be a help me. See, that's the problem with most of these women in the BC, or that want to get with the brothers and stuff like that. When they have books, they write books to each other on how to treat a Caucasian that's in the position of Travis Hunter. But she gets in there and she's trying to be in the limelight while this dude is at the Heisman. She has no idea on how to be a complimentary woman because she has not been taught that she needed to be that by any woman in her life. Because like a friend of mine used to say, his sisters was taught by his mom that so long as they have a coochie, they should never be broke. And then I was like, well, that seemed to be bad advice because having known them personally, they stayed broke. The only one that wasn't broke was the one that left that advice, went to another state, lived with her father, found herself a husband, married that man there, and brought back, when she came back to Houston, she came back with a husband. And then she lived separate from the mama's house. So they lived their own life and stuff. And the other sisters was running around having baby after had 8 children by 20. All right. And none of the fathers was any good. And all the babies that they had was by street pharmacists. You see what I mean? Because that's what they're taught by their mothers. That's what grandma is teaching. That's what mom is teaching. And some of it is out of jealousy. Some of it is out of this feminist thing. So when I say, what's the problem with the community? Who's been betraying the community? It's obvious it's the B-Dub.
Right, and sir, I don't mean to interject, but look, I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean to interject, but I was raised, and King Guru can attest to this. I was raised kind of rugged. I had a daddy who was a very rugged man, and let me tell you something. What you're saying is completely valid. These little hoes is raised to be absolute terrors in the black community. That's where, and this is advice to people like Travis. That's where you got to put your foot down and say, if you're not going, this is the part where this is the mark of a man. I'm not saying for him to be a jerk or anything like that. The mark of a man is no. No is the mark of a man. If she ain't cooperating, you got to tell her it's been nice knowing you, pink slip. But like I said before, like people
Right.
like a very smart man told me, that's not in Travis. It's not in him to check nobody. It's in me to check anybody, even if that person's someone close to me. Look,
Right.
I'm
That's
very
the
familiar
first
with
thing that was
right.
taken out of him.
Yes,
That was
yes,
the
sir.
first. Here's the thing. When we're growing up, that is the first thing that is siphoned from us by our moms if we're growing up in a home with single moms, right? That is the first thing that is siphoned from us. And this is something that I noticed, right? This is something that I noticed, right? As we grow up, I'm the eldest. All right. I have 2 brothers under me. And one of the things that I noticed um, with my brothers. What's up, hey, what's up, man? JJ. JJ Diesel. Is that JJ Diesel? Yep, Diesel. This is one of the things that I noticed, right? That um, I'm kind of glad for it is because I had a good singing voice and singing brought me some dinero, so to speak. But as I was growing up, I grew up by myself with my mom. Then she had my sister, then brothers, right? And what I noticed is there was a relationship with everybody else's father. So everybody else could go to their father, right? And I grew up the longest in our family without the presence of a man at the point where it was important to have a man in the house in order to pick up the man's mannerisms, right? Which means that by the time I ended up in the orphanage, I was sounding like my mom. All right. My brothers, who had even men coming in and out of the house when they were growing up. So I know their fathers, right? And so I noticed that their voices are deeper than mine. But because I went into the orphanage first, I stayed until almost aged out. And my brothers, they ended up going back home to my mom, right? Now, here's the key. I'm I I'm doing better than my brothers. right? I'm doing better than my brothers because even when I did leave, um, in Asia, I lived in the streets. Okay, I lived in the streets, right? Oh, I got that high tenor. I could sing alto naturally, but I was out in the streets. All my friends were street pharmacists, and all my close friends. Like, so I went into the army, and before I could even retire, all my close friends died. They didn't die. They didn't die. Their lives were taken. They didn't pass. They, you know what I mean? They didn't pass. No, I had one friend that I used to sing with. We had us a little group, and we were tighter than New Edition and all of them, and Boys to Men and all of that. It's just that the neighborhoods we grew up in were not conducive to somebody finding us. And basically, we primarily sung in church, right? But with that said, I wouldn't change anything because when I went in the orphanage and stuff, I played football, I played basketball. I was good in basketball. I was good in football. So by the time I went home, I was good in track and made it to states. And and so when I went home, and so I was going to school, I did not finish school. All right. So I went home. I did not finish high school. I went into the military with college, but no GED and no high school diploma. And they let me in because I had enough college credits to get in. And I scored really, really high on the ASVAB. So they didn't ask any questions. I didn't volunteer any answers. But with that said, I noticed this about the trajectory of our lives. And it seemed that the one that lived with our mom the most was the most in and out of prison. The one that lived with my mom the least, which was me, was the one that was doing the best. Um, and the manipulation, I watched and understood the manipulation of my stepfather's daughters, and all the kung fu I know, how I got into science was because of him. He's the reason why I would never be a stepfather, because I watched what my mom did to him. And I watched how my mom convinced all the children to despise that man. And here's the big fig news. He married my mom. All right. And she had all the family separated from this dude that I thought I was the only one he was teaching martial arts to. He was teaching it to all of us boys. It's just that I took it a little more serious than everybody. Kind of had to. I was fighting everybody because of my voice. That's why I got knife wounds on my face, above my eye. Right? My brothers will tell you, I'm shorter than them, but I was whooping. I was like, you hit me, it's on. And I was the person you would hit because you would think I didn't know how to fight. That was the wrong move for a lot of people, and they had to pull me off of people. Right? And I had an anger problem. I had a real serious anger problem. You hit me is, you know, I'm just saying. But anyway, Kung Fu helped me ease out. And now you could swing at me and I could just make you miss. I could block you, but I'm not trying to fight you. I'm like, brother, we can have peace. You know, I'm kind of like that now. Right. But back then in the day, you hit me, I look at you and then it's on. Right. And so I noticed all of this. Right. And so I get close to these stories and I can see what's happening to these dudes. And like when you tell the backstory of what's going on with Travis, when you tell the backstory, we all can see what the girlfriend is doing. We all can see that she's not a good woman, not just for him, but for anybody, right? Because she's about her. Period. It's about her. That's all that's all it's about. It's about her, right? And so I see this. Even here, I'm not dealing. There's a woman I like, and we've been having a conversation, and I'm kind of like not dealing with her, kind of, right? And it's for that reason. They're about themselves, right? They're not about the children in their community. They're not about their children. They're trying to get what they can out of all the dudes that they run by, and we see that. All right, we age and stuff, but we see it clearly because we've been through it. We've all been through what Travis is going through. The inability, because of being raised by moms and having the manhood that would give us wisdom to deal with these women. That's what was stripped from us. All right, what we are left with is you are supposed to do this for a woman. You're supposed to do this for a woman. You're supposed to do this for a woman. At no point are they teaching women how to keep a good man. Right? We see it. We all see it. Right? But the thing is this. We see it now probably because we had gone through that. And a lot of brothers are saying Travis is just going to have to learn for himself because Coach Prime told him. A lot of people close to him, they're telling him, but he feel like it is what it is. And this is the other reason why, no matter what it is, brothers, we're not supposed to be talking to these older women. As a matter of fact, the women we're supposed to be with scripturally are supposed to be maidens, virgins, but they definitely are supposed to be childless at least, unless they're a widow. And we're not even saying divorce. They have to be a widow.
That's right. Because if the woman's had sex already, technically, she's committing adultery and fornication. She has to get back with that man if he's still living.
Right. Well. Here's the thing. I'll pull it up. So basically, if a woman gets with a man and she leaves him, right? All right. It's not fornication. It's not fornication until she goes and get with another dude. If she gets with another dude, she cannot then be like, oh, he's not as good as my other dude was, so I'm gonna go back to him. She can't go back to him. He can't take her back. If she gets with one dude, he puts her out. All right. She goes to another dude and he puts her out. She can't go back to the first dude. She better hope she finds somebody else, right? Now, understand I said put her out. All right. That's because basically she's considered a divorced woman because they didn't have like marriage license. Marriage license is 1926. So let's throw all that away. Biblically, and it's how it operates in the favelas. It's how it operates in the favelas in Brazil. So the favelas in Brazil, the reason why I'm so at home there, even though you got a lot of automatic pew-pews there, and some of y'all seen like some of the, I ain't going to say my friends, but some of the people in the community that I walk past that have the and stuff like that, and I'll be talking to and stuff. That's just what it is. It is what it is there, right? And the reason I'm so at home there is that everybody know I live according to the commandments. I'm not living according to the church, right? So they respect that, right? I don't mess with nobody else's woman. And y'all remember the crazy looking girlfriend? She was beautiful, but y'all like she crazy, right? The one that asked me at 3 a.m. to go get her some wacky tobacco, and I had to leave. I didn't have to. I left her behind alone.
You're not talking about
For
Mimi,
another
huh?
reason, huh?
You're not talking about Mimi, huh?
No, no, no. Mimi, no.
Talking
No.
about
Mimi
sister,
don't
yeah,
roll like that.
y'all was you
It
was
was
doing your thing.
another
I wish
woman.
you
It
could
was another woman.
re-upload.
Remember the one that had the picture in the red, all right?
Okay,
And
okay,
so
yeah.
okay, and the reason why she asked me is because I'm so close with all of the community, not just the children, but the children's parents. And you got to think about it. A lot of the children parents are the people that might have pew pews guarding the community, right? So she knew I know everybody, but the thing is, right? They know I didn't. They know I don't do that stuff. I sit with them and I talk. So if I go there and I'm sitting on the stoop with everybody and stuff like that, they're going to ask me to buy the drinks. But the drinks they'll get me ask me to buy will be guarana or basically soda pop, right? Soda pop. They call in a favela, all soda pop is Guaraná because that's the most popular. Like we would say Coke, but we really want you to get a Sprite. All right, so Guaraná is a soda pop, but there's more than one flavor, and so they'll ask me to get that. I'll just break some change out of my wallet, send one of the children or a gang of them to go get what we need, right? And so, and we'll sit there, the adults and stuff. We'll sit there and talk and stuff like that, and basically and that's what I do most of the days. When I go to the NGO, I'll go there and do what I got to do. Then I leave and go into the favela, and I sit down and hang with everybody, play with the children, and y'all see my stuff. I'm playing with the lightsabers, but they understand that there's things that I don't do. And so I'm not going to be with a woman that tries to get me to do something that I don't do. Right. And if I were to do that, I would lose the respect that I have. You see what I mean? And so I'm thinking this woman is trying to take away my respect that I have and that I've earned. And that's what they'll do. Right, because it's all about what they want, and so they'll make you give up part of who you are to make them. There you go. They will make you give up part of who you are as a man to make them happy. All right, there it is right there, and that's what's happening to Travis. Right, she's interfering. I mean, taking pictures with fans and stuff. She's interfering with his job. And brother, and I know you could speak to that more than I can, but I can speak on the outside looking at it, right? And people say, "Well, you don't know them." No, you know the tree by the fruit that it bears. Period. So we don't have to know what's going on in their personal life because we're not talking about personal life. We're talking about how she's presenting herself at a public function, and she's not presenting herself like a person that loved the man that she's with. And we all can see that because they're at a public function, and the caliber of the function that this is, the behavior should be 100 times better than what we've seen. See what I mean? Even the mom almost know how to act. And then when she gets her moment, she makes it about her too. To the point where they
Travis
take
Hunter
some
is
things. Huh? Go ahead.
Travis Hunter is like most black men. Travis Hunter's an altruist, meaning that he's just a kind person. Most black men are just good people, right? Like black men
Yeah, that's
inherently are
true.
just people. Like black men inherently are altruistic. They just recently it came out that Travis Hunter uses NIL money to get all 50 of his teammates, well, all 80 of his teammates rather, tickets to his Heisman Trophy ceremony, and he bought a lot of them gifts. I don't care how good of a person you are. That's a lot. And then and then it also came out that Travis Hunter he buys his teammates stuff. Meaning that this
Right,
is a
they both do.
person,
Yeah.
yeah, this is somebody who's naturally a giver, which is a wonderful thing. The Bible speaks a lot about being a cheerful giver. This is why
Right.
it's dangerous. This is why it's dangerous for people like him. He's surrounded by people
But
that
it also says we should not cast pearls to swine, and we have to be good stewards over our money. We got to watch who we give to. Everybody's not worthy of our giving. I'm even learning that. Like I'm here in all these communities and stuff, and and I'm kind of slowing. I'm part of the reason I'm slowing down is like I don't get as I don't hardly get any donations anymore. But the other reason I'm slowing down is stuff keep happening to my funds. Like a Uber driver stole my phone by driving off, and he knew he was doing it. That's why he left me in the middle of the street instead of at the hotel. And so we have to watch our money, right? We have to be the good stewards of our money, and we can't give to everybody just because you got people that aren't worthy of our giving. And it's a even now it's a lesson that I'm learning, and I'm not giving probably the magnitude that he's given, but given what I've been given to children over these past years since 2016, it's up there, right? And this is why I concentrate on children, because that's who I should be giving to. But some of the times I'll give to some of the adults and stuff like that. And I try to be kind. And I used to just be kind to women and this, that. I stopped that. I stopped that.
Trav stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm gonna just say this: he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's kind of in a lose-lose situation unless he learns some game and how to have a bit of a hand towards stuff. By that I mean either he's stuck with this little bozo who obviously is a little aloof. This girl's aloof. He's aloof too, but this girl's aloof. She really ain't. She really don't know what exactly she has. Well, she knows what she has, but she doesn't understand. Well, she don't. Well, she's not gonna understand because she ain't that type of chick. She don't come from that. She don't know that this is a Bo Jackson, Vince Young type superstar. So she gon' mess her spot up and probably gonna be either she puts him on child support or like me and Groove be talking about, or Travis if he stops messing with her, he gonna go to the lion's den of this pit of these Instagram models, these escorts, these women who they're basically predators. They're predatory off young men like him who have resources, and he's just gonna be another source of income for him. So he's stuck
Right.
between a rock and a
And
hard
so
place.
well, here, if he learns this, she's going to teach him a lesson, because we all had this lesson taught to us, right? Whether through a divorce, through an ex-girlfriend, or whatever. Especially if he was in the military, because in the military we were targets like athletes, but
Yeah,
when the
I was 13 alpha.
oh, okay, then you already know, right? And I would give when I used to give my weekend briefings, I would tell them, you know how you know how you've been to the weekend. I'll be like, all right, at ease. Don't beat the wife, don't beat the dog, don't beat And then for the single soldiers that's going to go out to these clubs and stuff, they don't marry nobody from a pole club. Don't get married. Don't follow. No, we would tell them. We had that. This was part of the risk that they were facing from women was a part of our weekend safety brief. Let that sink in. It's in our weekend safety brief that we gave soldiers. We had to tell them, all right, watch out for these women. Don't come back talking about you want to marry somebody you met at the club. All right, because I mean, because it's the same thing. It is you know 13 Alpha. You know it is the same. We know exactly what Travis Hunter is going through because the same way they see him in that NIL money and they see football, they see soldiers the same way. The only thing is if they could get us to knock them up, right? Uncle Sam will make us pay. I mean, they know how much BAH is, BAQ. They know our pay better than we do.
Don't even get me started, man. I mean, honestly,
Man,
sir.
look, they know our
Honestly,
pay.
sir. If you needed me to, if you ever need me to, I can come up here. Look, I was a first lieutenant when I got out, right? So, I mean, I've had E7s older than me come and ask me for. I've sat in court hearings in regards to chicks knowing regs better than dudes and how they can garnish your wages. I've had I almost had an E8 ask me for advice. You know, I almost had a master sergeant, damn near sergeant major, trying to ask me about how to go about dealing with a chick. Man, look, like I'm 29. I don't got no
Woo,
children, but
Lord have mercy.
I've had my fair share when it comes to women. I was, you know what I mean. But I'm gonna just, if you ever need me to come back and you want to have a live stream about it, you know, I have enough. I saw enough in my time in the
Yeah,
Navy.
this is hold it. Yeah, that's another conversation too,
You know, I
right?
mean,
Hey, you
that's
need to
why I
do something
said.
about your mic too.
Oh, can you hear
You
me
need to do
now?
something about your mic too.
Oh, I'm
No,
using
we
the
can hear you,
earphones.
but it's oh, okay. Yeah, your earphones are. But yeah, bruh. And so people look, y'all, brothers. All right, this is what I'm saying. A lot of these females see the brothers as targets. The better we're doing, the more of a target they see us as, right? And they don't want to be helpmeets. They don't want to be wives, right? They don't want to be anything that'll be beneficial to the community as a whole, but they want the brothers to be dumb enough to trust them at their word or anything. There's another video I was going to put up where these the women, okay, the women were what were they talking about? The brother asked the woman, no, this is what it was. The brother asked this question: you go to the hospital and you're married, and should you as a husband ask for a DNA test? And the answer is hell to the yeah. In this day and age, you don't believe no woman, even if you marry them. Because remember, we're supposed to rule over women. We're not supposed to be 50-50. We're not looking for a partner, right? This is the new slang that they're using to diminish the role of the men, right? We are supposed to be finding somebody who's looking to be led by a man that knows how to lead with wisdom. And so they're using all these new fancy words. Now these women are looking for a partner, right? Then if you're looking for a partner, that ain't me, right? And so bye. But you're good with no, because a woman looking for a partner is not going to listen to a man with wisdom, right? She's looking for somebody that she can manipulate, make decisions with. They're not supposed to be the end all be all to any decision being made, right? And so basically, partner concept come from, oh, there it is. And here's the thing: they rob us of a lot of things. What's up, Cortez? They rob us of a lot. Hey,
No,
let me
brother.
pause right this. Let me hold on. Let me make this thing.
Hey, bro.
Hey, y'all. My PayPal me, uh, man, where is David Bowman when I could use him? My PayPal me is in the okay. My PayPal me is in the description box along with my Cash App. And if you want to help me by donating to what I'm doing in the community, you can do it that there. But remember to um, take care of yourself and family first. Always take care of yourself and family first. You never donate to nobody. You don't donate to nobody until you take care of yourself. All right. I hope y'all understand that. So you will find that. You will find that. You will find what else? Oh, what is it? What is it called? My email. My email is there too. All right. And yeah, my Cash App, my email, and I'm putting all that in the thing. I used to have brothers that used to do this for me, but hold on, wait. Okay, that's everything. Let me see if that did it right. Okay, so that's all my stuff. All right. So, all right, go ahead. What were you saying, brother?
Yeah, basically, man, what the brother said about the whole rainbow community, how they put that partner bull-ish into play. I'm starting to see that stuff everywhere. Like instead of boyfriend, girlfriend, or mom, dad, it's partner, parental unit. We in the damn coneheads or something, man. It's nonsense. And they're catering to this less than 1% over the 99% of how things have always been ran, trying to destroy the nuclear family. You know what I'm saying? That's with the
Right.
abortions and all this stuff. It's all set up. And what people don't understand is all this abortion stuff was originally eugenics to get rid of the black and the brown people. Margaret Sanger was a CIA agent, and also she was part of the Klan. So when these black women be talking about we need our right to abortion, it's like, so you openly support the Klan. Well, then go on ahead and we'll just stay away from y'all.
Right. And here Cortez Smith said, and if a man lets a woman be his partner, she'll eventually try to become his leader. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
they understand that they understand that a man that says, "Oh, this is my partner," he has given in to the status of the LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ people, and he's willing to give up his manhood um, just to make the woman semi equal to him, and she will become his leader because she knows that that's not the position he's supposed to take. She knows he's supposed to be a ruler. These women know exactly that, because if you look at their complaint, oh, he's not I need a man to do this and rule me. And no, and we need to another thing we need to stop. Okay, women don't have masculinity. All right. They don't have an ounce of masculinity. This is what I mean by that. Um, they'll be like, oh, and as a woman, I have to be in my masculine nature. You don't have a masculine nature. You have a wicked one, but not a masculine nature. Every part of the nature that women do is the feminine part of the nature. All right. Every part of their nature that they do is feminine. And this is what I mean. Even when they try to act like a dude, all right, notice how they act like the dudes in the streets and not the ones in the three-piece suits. right? Because with the ones in the three-piece suits come with a different level of mentality that they can't match, right? The ones in the street, you can mimic a street dude in a way that you can't mimic any other dude,
And
right?
this is why
You can
Medea
mimic
is
a
so
street,
popular in the black female community.
right? Um, oh yeah. And so I heard about her. And so this is what it is. And so what's happening is that when all these catchphrases, I'm in my mask. No, you're being wicked. You wanted to be wicked. That's wickedness. You're in wickedness, right? You are trying to not be what your nature is supposed to be. And by trying to mimic a dude, you're proving that your nature is corrupted. Because here's the thing. The other thing they can't understand is that they like, well, I dress like a dude, therefore I am a dude. So why are these dudes trying to hit it? You see what I mean? And so, and them thugs are hitting it, right? The thugs are hitting the women who not the ones that's I'm trying to be the female in the relationship, but they're hitting the masculine ones in the relationship because they're better looking. Hold on, hold on, wait. Explain how the masculine ones are better looking. The
No,
masculine
for
ones are
real.
better looking because they
No,
don't hold on. The masculine ones are better looking because they don't have weave on and they don't wear makeup. So the dudes see the beauty that's in them and the booty that's on them,
yes,
right?
Lord.
And so it doesn't matter if you are a female, it don't matter how many baggy jeans from some dude you put on. Dudes see through that, right? Dudes see through that. And um and even the lesbians are complaining about the women, right? Now the dudes see through that, and the women that's trying to be like men, they're giving up on women and looking for men now because they've been getting it on with men. You see what I mean? They've been getting it on with men, and so everything everything about those women everything about those women says that they know that they can never be a man, that everything is pretend to them, right? And so people just let them be. But when push come to shove and stuff like that, and they want to get some from a dude, they just go get it, right? No one wants to be with the women that they're with because the women that they're with got all kind of makeup of them long last weave this that and the other, and they don't look as attractive as the women pretending to be men. What's
I
up,
see where you
Cornelius?
I can agree with that a little bit. Interesting spin on that. I've heard that before, and I will say there is an epidemic of DL women, mainly because they're out of touch with God for one, and then number two, they're like you mentioned before, they're very
Yep.
masculine, and because they're very masculine, they want to be in a man's place, and like you mentioned,
Well,
I'm
they're not
at
masculine.
yeah, they're
That's
not
my point.
masculine. It's a
They're wicked.
pseudo
They bought
masculinity.
into so much wickedness that they
Mhm.
pretend that masculinity is nothing but femininity that's turned wicked. All right, because here's
Absolutely.
the thing: masculine is our strength. Masculine is who we are, not how we act. We are just naturally, boom, masculine, right? If anybody else want to join and have something to say, the whatchamacallit is pinned to the top, right? But masculine is who we are. Feminine is who they are. When a dude is just because a dude put on their clothes don't make him as feminine as them. But in a weird way, and this is something that I was like, in a weird way, those dudes run the beauty industry. Think about it. Women have a natural walk that's different from the way models walk. The way models walk are taught to by dudes. Remember Tyra Banks, next top model? The way models walk are taught to them by dudes who also are the best at putting on makeup. The makeup artists, they're the best makeup artists. They teach the women how to walk on a runway, right? But the walk they do on a runway is not a natural feminine walk. It's an exaggerated walk that they were taught. I want y'all to think about that for a minute, right? In this industry, these dudes taught the women to do the very thing that will allow them to mimic those women that do that, to the point where you can't tell the difference between those women and those men pretending to be those women. Y'all understand what I just said?
We had these discussions, me and Groove, a lot. Even though it's my first time, he talks. I mean, we talk about you and your videos a lot, so I'm pretty familiar with your content. You know what I mean? Even though I've never really been on like that, mainly because I'm not the biggest YouTube person.
But
You
y'all,
know, so
you get what I'm saying, right?
absolutely,
It's easy.
absolutely.
It's easy. It's easy. All right. If we're looking at supermodels and women that's wearing the makeup, that's doing the walk, that's taught to them by that industry, right? Then if we look at that as the guide for beauty, they could imitate that, right? Even the women that we call, what's the word we're using now? For the women that try to act like masculine men with the sagging pants.
Uh,
The word that, what's the
tomboys.
word? I forget. It's not that, but anyway. But oh, what do y'all call them now? But anyway, what do they call
Butch.
themselves? Is what? No, they don't use that anymore. And that's the other thing. You got to keep up with all these names. Okay. And so, yes. And so basically, they want us confused, right? Because a lot of these guys want to
Studs,
be
yeah.
with hetero men. A lot of these dudes want to get operation studs. Thank you, JJ. Studs, right? So the studs, we see the female in the studs, because no matter how many clothes they put on and stuff like that, we see, because when they pretend to be us, we see it's pretend, but we just let it slide because hey, they doing what they want to do. We cool with it. We ain't really cool with it, but it is what it is, right? And so and so what happens is, um in the model industry and stuff, when you condition people to think, okay, look at these females, all the makeup, the red lipstick, and then these dudes go have these operations. Now you can't tell the difference between a made up woman and a made up man. And to his credit, won Miss Universe, and a girl from Africa got really mad about that. But remember, it's the women that are allowing these people, these men into these things, and they're okay in it, right? It's not our thing. They're not coming and taking over our sports or anything, right? And so basically, right? So basically, they got people conditioned to say so and so is beautiful with all the makeup on and stuff like that. You got a lot of these women wearing all that makeup with the orange face, the orange brown face and stuff like that, made up. All right, to you don't know who the real them is, but these dudes now could make themselves up that in some cases, many cases, their makeup look better than the women. You see what I'm saying? We talk about this a lot when traveling, right? The lady boys in the Philippines and the lady boys in Thailand, they tell you straight up, they hang in a certain spot, and the people that are with them know who they are, and so they're in agreement. All right, they're in agreement. They're like, hey, the lady boys understand that there's some European tourists, American tourists, not going to be brothers to the most degree, but they know they'll have some clientele, right? And so they're open. Here we're having a discussion whether somebody should have the right to know that it's a man that they're talking to. Notice the deception in that, right? Notice it. Notice the deception in that. That do they have the right to? I have the right to keep it secret because I don't want them to know. And then when they're unalived, we like, you should have said something. You see what I mean? And that's the point. A lot of these people are getting in trouble because they're not open, but it's all about deception. It's all about being hidden. And it's all about reducing. And this is why the black men are being targeted by these groups. Because the people that they want to really stop having children is us. They're afraid of genetic annihilation, right? And so we're being targeted, and they're using our women to target us, but they're not our women. So we need to stop saying that. All right, and so this is the key. Who we got? Who do we got up here? Oh, that's Kangaroo. Oh, you came back. What were you going to add,
I'm gonna catch
Kangaroo?
y'all later. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I gotta be up early tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Oh,
brother.
okay.
Hey,
Cheeky later, young brother.
God bless.
hey, Brian.
What's that?
Did you tell them what you did in the army?
Yeah, I was field artillery.
What about the other thing you did?
What was your specialty, son? I was I was an intermilitary administrator. Well, I be damn. A secretary.
You crazy when you do that.
I was intermilitary
I can't even
administrator
hear you.
No, I'm just messing with him.
Nah, you good. Nah.
Oh my.
It got some validity to it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all boys later. But this is only part one of a long saga with Mr. Hunter. I ain't gonna lie to you. This young man, and I must leave y'all with this. This young man is an example why fathers are needed, not just to teach you how to play ball, not just take you to go fishing, but you need game, man. My daddy taught me game, even though sometimes it was taught harshly because my dad was in the military. He was an E8, he was E7, so he was a pretty harsh dude. But game is everything, man. Game is life. But I'm gonna catch y'all boys later.
Mm-hmm.
Peace,
Yeah,
brother.
it's so bad you can't even say woman anymore.
It's disgusting,
Go
man.
ahead,
It really.
Kangaroo.
I'm just saying, it makes me sick to my stomach that they try to push this stuff on the kids in the elementary schools and the middle schools. Like you remember that pastor that went and he was going before the school board and the city council trying to say, why do you have these perverted books in these schools, grade school? Like, this is disgusting. Like, they're not going to put, a magazine like Hustler or Busty Foxes or Black Tail or nothing in there. So why are you going to put all that nasty stuff? They're trying to get to the kids. That's what it's about.
Right. Well, and stuff, and they're trying to keep them from reproducing. And so, and another guy said, so in Brazil, it is big, right? And the places it is big is in the beaches of Copacabana and downtown by Lapa. All right. And Lapa has this tourist thing like the bridge with the arches and stuff like that. And so that's where it's big. And you can tell. And the only way you're going to cross them is if you're trying to go there and intentionally be in the mix like that with that particular group. Right. And stuff. Now you might run across them downtown, but you will be able to tell. And they're everybody is open except in the United States, where they're trying to keep their agendas hidden because it's an agenda, right? And that's what makes it so bad. Everybody else is open, and people go do whatever they want to do and stuff like that. And you don't see people getting angry and taking the life of anybody there because they tell them straight up, and so that's basically it. In the United States is the only place where they want to conceal identity and all the rest of that stuff. And it is one of the other things I find surprising is they target Afro men, right? They target Afro men. And on TikTok, they, the balloon thing. So they had a TG or TS, whatever you call them. They had one, and dude went and immediately popped that person's balloon. And I made a comment about that. They blocked that video, right? Because they're the ones running all the social medias and stuff like that. And so this agenda that they have is something else. And it is something that we need to be aware of and things. And this is another thing. Because of the lack of men in the community, our children are left exposed. Because the B-dub, it will allow anything into the home. That why you think all of our children are coming out of these communities messed up the way they are, right? And we're talking about how the brother here don't really have that much guidance, and it's kind of sad. And then everybody's trying to benefit off of that. Up to so his mom gets her shine, but he is where he is when he's sitting down in the interview, and they say you're here, you're displayed because your grandma. He said no, it comes from my father. So this dude acknowledges his father. I don't know what kind of hell his father is going through, but this dude felt some kind of way about what his father is going through. And we may never know what his father is going through. Maybe brother could come back and let us know, right? And you got this woman here that is milking this for all it's worth, and she's been exposed, right? Now, I want to say something else. It's something that he said. She has all his passwords to his phone and everything, and he has none of her passwords. And you know why that's not? Because a lot of these women, when they start playing around and doing some stuff, they will think the man is doing what they are doing. I said this about the Democrats. Everything the Democrats accused Trump of doing, they were actually physically doing. And we're only finding out in drips and drabs as the news come out all over the place. And the women are this way too. When they're accusing you of something or thinking you might be doing something, that's because they're already doing it, right? And so the guy is younger than this woman, and he's going to have to learn a lesson, right? Everybody's trying to let him know we see all the flags and the flagpole, right? And so everybody's in on it. Everybody's trying to be there, be in on it. And it's just something else. It's just something else, right? But I will say this, that this dude is lucky. He's very lucky to have Coach Prime there when he need him. I'm gonna say it like that. He's lucky to have Coach Prime there because he's gonna need him. All right, he's gonna need to learn this lesson, and everybody get it now. This is something he has to learn himself. This is something he has to learn himself, right? And we got to, and this is something we have to acknowledge, that our moms have set us up for failure. Our mothers have set us up for failure. We have to acknowledge it. We have to admit it. We've been set up for failure by our own moms. And as men, we need to say that, and then we need to take everything back over. Because scripturally, we are supposed to rule our mother in the absence of the father. The man is supposed to be in charge, not the mother. That's when we grow up. We grow into our man's strength. As the eldest son takes responsibility for the missing father of the home till he gets a wife. Yeah, I'm not down all the tattoos and stuff. So, with that said, brothers, I'm hoping brother can come back tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go, and we'll address the Travis, talk about the Travis Hunter thing, because this is going to be important. I mean, there's a lot of important things to take from this tomorrow. All right. So don't forget, if you want to help a brother out in what I'm doing in the communities, my donation links are in the description box. And what else? My email and all the rest of that stuff. Remember, take care of yourself and family first before you donate to anybody. And I will see you again tomorrow. And hopefully the internet was good today. Hopefully it'll be good tomorrow. All right. So with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. I will holler at you all later.